All right. Ask me your question.
So, in order to ask you your opinion about anything related to business, you have to be able to compartmentalize and talk as your business self as opposed to your wife's self.
I cannot speak to you about your presentation, what you're doing on video as your wife if you want me to be constructive and give you feedback. I will always put on my PR hat and speak to you about what you need to improve, what you're doing wrong in the video. I will do coaching with you. I will do public speaking practice with you, but I cannot objectively speak to you as a spouse and give you constructive feedback that's not public relations related. I have to compartmentalize. I have to separate the two. Because, like I told you before, as your spouse, as your wife, I'm just happy that you're doing what you're doing. I'm so serious. I'm glad you're doing the videos. I'm glad you're doing the social media stuff. But I cannot sit here and tell you that you will accept what I have to say as your wife when I will try and switch to that PR hat, and then you're going to be like, "Well, damn, I didn't need that from you. I just wanted to know if you liked the video or not." Well, you weren't specific enough for me to not put on my PR hat. Do you like the video? If you ask me a closed-ended question, absolutely. I'll answer you. Yes, I like it, or no, I don't like it.
But then if I ask you why, then you got to put on your PR hat.
Then I'll put on my... Exactly, because I cannot allow you to put out a shit video. As a publicist, I cannot sit here and look at you create and build an image online and do videos online and have interviews and not help you with your greatness. I'm your wife. I'm also a publicist. Both would be like, well, people would be like, your wife's a publicist. Why are you, this is not good. You didn't talk to your wife beforehand? That happens. People do shit like that. So what would make you think that it would be cool of me to sit here and be like, oh, you go ahead and just do whatever, babe. You want me to give you constructive feedback? I think you can improve on this thing, and this thing. But then not give you the tools when I'm sitting, you have a publicist in your house. I'm sitting right here. You really think that I would allow you to go and talk to somebody else? No, I have PR friends. Don't you think that I would reach out to them and say, hey, girl, my husband is doing this, and this. He put out this video. I don't like it. How do you think I should? Why would I talk to them about that? I would be like, hey, Ryan put out a video. Here's the tips that I gave him. These are the things that I told him he can improve. How about I get you on the phone with him and you kind of validate what I'm saying, because you won't believe what I'm saying as your spouse. But you'll believe me. You'll believe me as a publicist.
That's not true.
Because it's two different hats.
That's not true.
It's two different hats. And I told you, publicist Zoe is not nice. I'm constructive, I'm critical, and I want you to be great. I told you those things. Well, in order for you to be great, you have to listen to what I say. And you will not listen to what I say as your wife.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not true.
So you are like the 0.05% of men that will listen to me regardless of what I say to you because we're married.
Exactly. Here's my premise why I say it's not true.
Do you really think that I can separate the publicist Zoe from your spouse when it comes to media?
Will you let me finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My premise is you do all that stuff constructively for your clients because they pay you. They pay you to do that.
But you're paying me.
But for me, it's out of love. You really want to see me succeed.
No, see, that's
You want to
where
see
you're
me.
missing something. I do it for you because I love you. I'm going to be even
Okay.
harder on you than I am on
Okay.
anybody else that's
But
paying
you
me.
but you
I
do it for them
promise you.
because they pay you.
They pay me.
That's the
You pay
difference.
me, but I want you to be better than everybody else. That is the difference. And that means that, yes, I'm going to be a harsher critic. I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. And I can't do that as your spouse because I don't want to hurt your feelings as your wife. But I guarantee you, I'm going to push you hard as a publicist, as your publicist.
So
There's a difference in business,
so
Zoe.
when you
There's a
ask,
difference between business, Zoe, and personal, Zoe.
so if I tell you, you ask me something, you know, uh, business business related or anything professional. If I say, are you asking me as a consultant or you ask me as your husband?
Yes,
You would be cool with that.
absolutely. Because you know what? As your husband, you're not going to be pushing me as hard.
As your husband, you ain't my
as
husband.
well, you know what I mean.
No,
As my husband,
clarify it as your
as
husband.
my husband, you are not going to push me as hard, but as my consultant, you absolutely will. Because as my consultant, you're already going to do the work behind the scenes to make sure that I'm successful. And it's a different hat. Like I said, it's compartmentalization. It is a different idea. It is a different demeanor. It is a different approach when you're coming from somebody from a business standpoint. We don't have a business marriage. We have a love marriage. Mm-hmm. If we had a business marriage, I would expect you to treat me the same, whether you're my husband or whether you're my consultant. We don't have that arrangement. Our arrangement is really 18 years of love. And we've got how many years of business together? 10?
10 years.
10 years of business together. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? That feels like it's very constructive. It's very formal. It's rigid. It is meant for excellence. Spouse us is different from business us, and we've always been that way. So when I tell you, I cannot look at your video intro and decipher whether you want me to come at you from a spousal standpoint or from being a publicist, because first thing that comes to mind for me is going to be PR, because that's what I've lived since 2009.
So when you ask my advice or opinion on something, you don't think I'm as stringent on you. You think I should be more stringent?
That's not what I said.
I'm asking you a question.
If I ask for your advice and it's not on something business related, you're my husband. If it's something business related and I'm like, hey, I need to put together a posting schedule, and you give me a tool.
So I'm like the AI consultant.
But you don't explain it to me. You're not coming at me from a professional standpoint. If you say, okay, Zoe, this is what I need you to do. I have an expectation of you to perform at this level, to perform to this standard. If you don't do that, I'm going to hold you accountable. There's an accountability aspect that comes with business when you are in business with your spouse or your partner. There's not a whole lot of accountability when we're coming at each other not from business, but from love, right? I don't have to hold you accountable for your business stuff when I love you. I have to hold you accountable when we're in business together. Now, if it's something that affects our household, then, that's when things could blend together. But we haven't been at that point ever. It could happen. we'll approach that if we get to that point, which I don't think we will, because you and I have a very open, communicative relationship. And we talk about business and personal stuff all the time. But I would expect you to be more critical. I would expect you to be more harsh with me. I would expect you to be stern. I would even appreciate a few cuss words every once in a while. What the fuck is that shit? I'm okay with that because that's what I expect from you as my consultant. Now, for my husband, it's a little bit differently.
Okay,
It's a different approach.
So the critique that you gave me about my video as publicist, so is not the critique you could have gave me as wife, so.
No.
So now that I got your critique as publicist, so then what would you say to me as wife, so about it, or could you not give me a critique as wife, so?
Do you want me to give you a critique as wife?
Okay, I heard you critique as publicist, so
no, you didn't hear my full critique as publicist. There was so much in that video that I wanted to improve and talk to you about, but I couldn't because I couldn't get past the pen clicking.
Okay. All right.
And you didn't want to hear me. You were like, okay, I got it. I clicked the pen. I'm like, but you keep doing it. And I don't know if it's a nervous habit, but I recognize that. Okay, from wife Zoe. Babe, I think the video is too long. 6 minutes is going to bore people. I know what you're talking about is very interesting, and I would love to hear what you're talking about, but I don't know if 6 minutes is going to do very well with other people.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And
now
then,
I get it.
And then you click the pen.
Now I get it. Now I understand.
But the video was good. I'm very proud of you for doing the video.
I understand the struggle where it comes to dealing with wife Zoe and dealing with publicist Zoe, because when you're talking as publicist Zoe, your whole tonation is different. When you talk as wife Zoe,
way different.
And sometimes I want to tell publicist Zoe, shut the fuck up talking to me because you're irritating. Because I don't like it the way you're talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk as wife Zoe, I'm more accepting and attentive, and I'm listening to everything you say, because there's a video out. There's a couple videos out where women say that tonation means everything when it comes to men in the way they hear you. Because, like, for example, when we talk about people talking about nagging wives,
mm-hmm.
when nagging wives are irritating their husbands, they're talking a certain way, they're talking a certain tone,
mm-hmm.
and he just either, retreats away from her or completely ignores her and turns her off because she's irritating. Whereas the different tonation wife is like, okay, yes, baby, And I don't know if that's a psychological thing. I don't know what it is, but the tonation doesn't affect the love I have for you. But the tonation just affect the psychosis that I have. When we talk about verbal abuse,
mm-hmm.
when you've been in a verbally abusive relationship,
mm-hmm.
there's certain tonations that trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
So, the verbal abuse is synonymous with the domestic violence thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas men have a tendency to be more physically violent with, their spouses in a domestic So
So what I'm hearing you say to me is, when I'm speaking to you from a public relations aspect and I'm more commanding, my tone is sharper. It's different. It's not as soft. It's more firm. That turns you off versus when I'm speaking to you as your wife and we're having a conversation, and just like I switched my voice, it's not as it's not as overbearing. And I have a question for you with regards to
well,
that aspect.
well before
I'll let you
before you go down
go
that,
ahead and yeah.
the firmness is not so much the context of what you deliver. When I talk about tonation, I'm talking about volume. So if
Volume and tone are two different
yeah,
things.
okay, but
Volume, because I'm loud, does not mean that I'm angry. Volume just means that women use that as a tool because men don't listen to them.
and I'm telling you, it's not necessary.
Now, when I over exaggerate my words, that is tone.
Well,
That can be misconstrued as being aggressive, which is what women have a problem in the workplace dealing with men in leadership positions as leaders ourselves. So, if you want me to be your leader, business me is different than wife me. Business me is very constructive. Business me is also very commanding. I'll say that. It's not easy for me to turn that off as a publicist because I have to give direction and guidance and instruction, and I need people to do what I say.
Right there. Your tone and your volume was
Different.
direct and different.
Yes.
And it was firm.
Because I'm a publicist.
But it wasn't like this when you were doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you speak to somebody at a higher octave, a lot of times, and I admit too, like when you say talk to people, not at them, a lot of times, not only just tonation, but volume. Volume has a lot to do with delivery. Where if you're talking loud and firm,
right,
then they think you're talking at them because they don't like the volume.
Right.
That goes with that tone.
Yes. Volume can turn people off.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
But also, I can speak very softly and be very vicious.
Mm-hmm.
And there...
And that's sexy too.
Stop it! There is a difference in the way that you speak to your spouse. Right. Okay. So now it's just regular Zoe, right? There's a difference in the way that I speak to you from a conversational aspect, right? Versus when I need you to do something. When I need you to do something and when I'm giving you instruction and when I'm trying to guide you into making sure that you have what you need to be successful, I cannot be soft with you. Because you all do it to each other.
Wait a minute.
You all, men.
See,
when you guys are giving each other instruction.
Once again, you are stereotyping.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
yes,
I'm not. It is a known fact
but look what you just
that
said.
Men react to each other very differently when they have a commanding tone.
But men are talking
when women
men.
do it, they're aggressive, they're a bitch, they're overbearing, they're too commanding, they're being too loud, they're too obnoxious. It's a stereotype that a lot of men have. So if I were to speak to you softly and say, Ryan, I need you to take that video and trash it because it's garbage. I need you to do a completely different video. You need to practice. You need to practice several times a day. You need to write down what you're going to say. And I need you to practice that in the mirror, in front of the mirror every day. And every time I walk by you, I expect you to be practicing what you're going to say on video. And I'm going to work with you. And we're going to try and see if we can just get you to do this better. Where you want me to Mr. Rogers you through?
Well, no, but I never heard you speak loudly to Rob.
Yes, I have. And I can guarantee you, he and I have gotten in yelling matches before.
But I never heard you speak.
You've never heard it because you've never been in the office when it's happened. And we have absolutely had almost fisticuffs twice in the office because
I ain't no fisticuffs coming because I'm coming up there.
I know, but I don't think you want to see verbally, me. Ryan, verbally, just stay on task, stay focused.
Okay, we talk about no fisticuffs.
Stop it.
Yeah, I still want that other.
I know we're not going to talk about that. This is on video.
Okay.
Anyway, what I'm telling you is, I have gotten in verbal spats with men at work, and Rob is not the only one. There's been other people that I've gotten in heated conversations with. And typically it's been over policy because I know policy. I know appropriations law like the back of my hand. So if you're going to confront me about something that you're going to tell somebody that you are in charge of to do, and it's wrong, it's illegal, or it's not in line with policy, what kind of a tone do you think I have to take with them?
Well, it's kind of, well, I can understand where you're saying that you have to automatically be on 10 because you don't feel like they hear you the first time.
I don't have to be on 10. They take it to that level when they continue to do things wrong and when they don't listen to what I have to say. So if I turn it up to 10 and they get a case of the ass and then they go to my boss, then my boss will tell them, well, what did she say? Well, let's look it up.
So your initial...
Oh, she was right.
So your initial instruction, right. Where are you in your initial instruction? 7?
No, my initial instruction is where I spoke to you about your video. Why are you clicking the pen? You keep clicking the pen. Why are you clicking, put the pen, why did you record yourself clicking the pen? Why would you think that that's okay? Did you listen to that before you played it for me? No, you didn't. You just clicked the pen in the video and you thought it was okay. And then when you played the video for me, then you made an excuse of why you clicked the pen.
Yeah, because that's exactly why we do that.
And that's not why you do that on a video. You don't do stuff like that on a professional video. Where did you think that you could do something like that on a professional video?
Well, I wasn't thinking about a professional video. I was thinking about mannerisms that I had for 20 years in the military.
Exactly. And that needs to be unlearned, which is why you have a publicist as a wife who can help you do that. Now, my tone changed because I asked you to come to me before you did your video and talk to me about your video. I also told you, write down what you were going to say, practice it before. We had this conversation 2 weeks ago about you being after our interview that I posted. When I told you, Ryan, you were very closed off, your body language, we need to work on your body language. You have to practice what you're going to say. The ums and the uhs and all this. And you were like, okay, well, we'll do it. And we still didn't do it. And then you make your video, your introduction video. First of all, it's too long. Second of all, you're clicking the pen. Third of all, your body language is off. It's aggressive. Look, you're furrowing your brow right now. Mm-hmm. Like you're frustrated.
No, I'm thinking.
You can't think when you're doing your video. You just have to say. And if you have to use tools to say, then use the tools. Use the teleprompter. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why I want you to do that. Because I need you to flow. It has to be easy. It has to look like it's easy. It may be hard in the background for you to do. You may have to do 68 takes. That's okay. My goal as your publicist is to make sure that you're great. My goal as your wife is to make sure that you feel supported and loved and cared about and know that I am super fucking proud of you for every single 68, 69 takes that it takes for you to get this video right. As a publicist, I'm going to tell you, do it again. It's not perfect. I need you. In order for people to listen to you, they have to look at you and see no flaws, especially if it's something pre-recorded. During live video, it's different. You're a human. It's expected that you're going to make a few mistakes. Even trained journalists make mistakes on live air. But if it's recorded, you're going to do it over again and over and over until you get the ums, the uhs, the verbal pauses, everything out of your system, until your body language looks good, until you feel comfortable on camera enough for us to post a 2 to 3 minute introduction video of you on your YouTube channel. And it's going to look good, and you're going to look good, and you're going to be proud of it because other people are going to be proud of it. I know how you are. I know your mentality. You are a perfectionist. You love getting shit right. You're also ones and zeros engineer, okay? So it either is great or it's not. And you expect nothing less than greatness from yourself because you expect nothing less than greatness from other people who you are in business with. You're in business with me. You expect me to be great, right? I can't be great if you're not going to listen to me.
Yes, you can.
Oh, God. Here we go. Okay, devil's advocate.
You can be great.
I can't be great with you unless you are great too. Okay?
That's the difference. You
God.
can always be great without me, but with me, you need it's a team thing. You need me to play my position as well as you play yours.
Exactly.
Win, so
Exactly.
I get it.
I want you to get this right, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If it takes me speaking to you in a baby voice, and
no, don't even just speak to me as a baby.
I mean, if it takes me sitting in front of you naked.
No, don't do that. We won't be talking about. No, don't do that.
But honestly, I want you to get this right.
Church.
I want you to get this right, though, babe.
Well, I'm gonna shoot it again. As a matter of fact,
you're gonna practice first. We're going to get your body language correct, and then you're gonna do it again. You're gonna write your script. We're gonna do what it takes for you to be great on this video, on your introduction video. And if it takes a couple days, then it takes a couple days. We have the time. I have the time. You have the time. We're not going anywhere. Hell, the government's still closed. It may even been closed until January. So I'm just saying. I'm here to help you. I live here. You might as well take advantage of it.
Okay, well let me work on my script.
Okay.
And knock it down to 3 minutes. And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
That's fair.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.